Welcome back to another episode on CSI, Vegas Season 2 Episode 11. Beau, the lab's more experienced but new criminologist, received attention. Like Chris Park on CSI, Vegas Season 2 Episode 10. Beau changed careers to become a CSI and discovered aspects of himself he hadn't thought about before. It was clear from the start of CSI, Vegas Season 2 Episode 1 that Beau wasn't your typical rookie in the crime lab. He added that during the epidemic, he came to the realization that there was more he could do for society than develop better cleaning products while working for a chemical corporation. In that same episode, Catherine Willows, a lab legend, made her comeback. Beau's mystery was put on hold as he dissipated into the background. While trying to understand his new work, he was pleased to gather and evaluate samples while swinging hard and missing more often than he connected. Every office needs a cute fool like Beau. That is, up until this episode. Beau came into contact with the youngster, Michael, who was hidden in a bin in a garage, while gathering evidence for a very minor case. Beau is a girl's dad, but Michael spoke to him non-verbally. Beau then set off on a mission. Beau got Michael's attention by making a T-Rex out of a dollar bill, which he traded for a brief loan of Michael's bracelet. Beau's heart was even bigger than his substantial brain, Maxine acknowledged, which is why she hired him. Max took him aside in the hospital to discuss the importance of controlling his emotions when working on any case. But he was already too entrapped to be able to. When Beau saw the weak Michael, he kept seeing his young daughters, and he was resolved to do whatever it took to bring Michael's killer to justice. His emotions worsened when cadaver dogs discovered his mother, Kara, buried next to Michael's lost shoe after following his scent. Michael, in contrast to Kara, had been buried alive. Beau became a member of the lab's visiting group after Michael was sent to his grandparents. When Beau offered Michael a sip of water after making him laugh, the youngster freaked out, which was bizarre behavior that made Beau concerned and perplexed. Josh described how the majority of the crew used the pursuit of justice for the victims as motivation when he described what transpired in Folsom. Beau, though, stated that he doesn't think that strategy would work for him. Like Penny, another novice, Beau needed to learn how to compartmentalize. While her scientific curiosity is constantly in the foreground, she also plainly has a heart. Penny considered utilizing the honey from nearby bees as a way to find where the remains of two other girls who vanished around the same time as Kara were. It was comical when she had to stop and explain the process to Catherine, the mentor she had chosen for herself. The variety of characters that inhabit the crime lab has always been what makes CSI entertaining. Academics like Gil Grissom, Allie, and Penny are among them. Then there are the natives who self-taught themselves, like Catherine and Folsom. Max resembles that latter type more. The failure of Penny's honeybee mapping clearly irked her. When Kara's infant was eventually located by the cadaver dogs, Penny's quest became pointless. It was fitting that Beau's generous act led to the case's resolution. When he went to get Michael, the dinosaur he had seen in the basement, he saw that nearly half of the space had been inundated. That's when he discovered the hidden space and realized that Kara's stepfather Pete had been imprisoning both her and Michael ever since she vanished. When the water pipe burst, the enclosed space had transformed into her grave, and no one could hear her scream. Even worse, Mary, Kara's mother, had been a complicit accomplice in Pete's captivity of her daughter, having been bribed by single trips. Beau came to the conclusion that working with victims and suspects in the field wasn't his calling and that he was better suited to be in the lab after his encounter with Michael. It was a good thing Max complied with Beau's demand. He may decide to leave the lab for a while to think things over before making a decision to leave once more. The ongoing storyline of the electroshock killer, for lack of a better term, came back into focus when the murderer sent the CS as a thank you postcard. Allie became angry with her lack of progress with the two killer posted cards. She and Catherine made the decision to examine the other victims once more and asked Dr. Auerbach to assist them in obtaining the relevant medical records. Auerbach offered her theory of the case, that the murderer was playing a game, and was more than ready to assist. She then invited the crime lab to search for any traces of evidence by raising the possibility that old records were missing from her files. Catherine Willows is not cast as a recurrent consultant. It would make a lot more sense if she played a suspected bad guy. Let's wait till Auerbach gets back from Saskatoon to see how things go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.